another esteemed partner of another friend in the e-commerce ecosystem, Redstage. Thrilled to have you here. Actually just saw Andrew yesterday at eTail West. Thrilled to have you guys up on stage. I'm going to do a quick intro, Christopher, before we get started here so that everyone knows who we've got up on stage. Chris is a seasoned creative leader. We're talking augmented reality, metaverse. He's an expert in both. 20 years of creative experience in graphic web design, UI, UX, animation, production, you name it, he's got it. A big focus on content creation. So I think we're going to get into the meat and potatoes there on content creation during this talk, is certainly in AR and VR. Christopher has built solutions for the fashion, entertainment, corporate, advertising industries. A few brands here that I want to list out because it certainly lends to his pedigree. Crayola, Thomson Reuters, NASDAQ, Yum brands, Wells Fargo, you name it. He's probably worked for it. Chris, it's such a pleasure to have you up here on stage. Chris is his talk is going to be augmented reality and 3D product visualization. The time is now. And we're also going to be giving away a JBL Bluetooth speaker for those of you in the audience that are the most active. So pay attention. If you've got questions, Chris is going to have answers, and we'll decide randomly at the end of the chat who's going to get that JBL Bluetooth. Chris, it's yours.
Thanks, Michael. So good morning, everyone. My name is Christopher Yin. I'm the Global Creative Director here at Redstage, as well as our parent company, Fulcrum Digital. Redstage is an agency focused on creating B2B and B2C digital leaders through best-in-class user experience design and platform-agnostic development approach through sustainable and cutting-edge technology. I've had the opportunity over the past 2.5 decades to work in the creative industry, wearing all kinds of hats, to really witness and learn user behavior and how people interact differently with content. And the true art is the ability to psychologically and subconsciously steer your users in a direction that you choose to help you achieve a specific goal. Understanding your customers' wants, needs, and how to satiate them as easily as possible and as in few clicks as possible is really the foundation of a successful e-commerce website or marketplace. I'm speaking today about a new user experience utilizing cutting-edge disruptive technology that will help your business to create an immersive shopping experience online. Through our 3D and augmented reality viewers and configurators that seamlessly integrate with your website to help build shopper confidence and drive conversions. In this post-pandemic era, the real winners will provide their customers the same in-store experience, but online at home. And this can only be achieved through augmented reality and 3D product visualization. And we see it as a must-have rather than a nice-to-have feature, which is why the time is now to start having this conversation. You're at a crucial point in time where you're either the disruptor or the disrupted. So I will be going over how 3D product visualization is being used in e-commerce and the benefits it provides, why it's important to start investing in 3D visualizations today before you're too late, the power of AR and 3D product modeling firsthand with one of our customers, Jura Coffee, and to clear up any AR and 3D misconceptions, as well as how to implement AR 3D product visualization quickly and easily right now. So we're really living in a very interesting time, specifically with digital transformation and market disruption. It's really no longer about what we can develop, but it's the experience of the user which will set you apart and build that sought after customer retention. And this pandemic has really accelerated a thirst for new digital experiences. Being locked up at home, having to rely on e-commerce to purchase goods, really uncovered a severe lack of product interaction and visualization. Pictures are just not enough to properly show scale and product details at different angles. With the start of the pandemic, companies were really backed on their heels, scrambling to provide that same in-store experience online. People are inherently curious creatures. We want to touch, we want to feel it, we want to see it in order to make a really educated purchase decision. So how do we give that same experience on a website? Fortunately and unfortunately, this pandemic really catapulted some really cool technology that hadn't quite been adapted to the mainstream consumer, and I guarantee you was not even on the radar for companies. Unique experience such as AR, 3D viewers, and product interactivity will engage customers and ultimately increase sales. And AR isn't just for CPG. Augmented reality is also providing new capabilities in many different industries. We can enable factories to view equipment footprints, helping to optimize floor space usage. A packaging customer can view proofs right on their desk without the overhead and time delay of receiving a physical proof. In medicine, doctors and nurses are using AR to train medical professionals. The automobile industry, Mercedes-Benz, for example, is adding AR head-up displays for their windshields for collision warnings, speed, directions to improve driver attention and awareness. AR is allowing for visual guidance, real-time visualization of data, and remote collaboration. And virtual try-ons are helping industries such as eyewear and cosmetics increase sales by letting people try before they buy, utilizing AR. Then, of course, industries related to furniture are heavily benefiting from such technologies, letting shoppers preview products in their own space instead of relying on them to imagine in the store. We're even working on a wearable IoT device that is recognizable in AR, blending the physical with the digital. And I can tell you, your idea of tomorrow is happening today, right now. And everyone who provides a first-class AR and 3D experience to their customers will be the disruptors in their market and reap the benefits of being bold. And, I have to say it, but as Ricky Bobby always says, if you ain't first, you're last. So why invest in AR and 3D product visualization? Think about this. While maybe you're not doing it, I guarantee you your competitors are, attracting a whole new generation of consumers. The longer you wait, the further behind you'll be. Today's shoppers no longer need to or really desire to go to a store to see products anymore, especially millennials and Gen Z. I mean, how many of you imagined what, a coffee table will look like in your home, especially from that really deceptive, perfectly set up display at IKEA? Is it the right color? Will it fit in a space where I want to put it? You get home, you spend an hour or three putting it together just to realize you thought wrong. Through augmented reality, you can take your shopper engagement and interaction to a whole new level. Now you can remove the guesswork from your customers and provide them with confident purchase decisions, allowing them to experience your product not only from every angle, but in their own space or even on themselves without ever needing to leave their home. Another key benefit I always bring up, which most businesses don't even think about, is the reduction of overhead in product returns alone. Product returns, as you know, are a costly burden to your bottom line. And AR is one great way to cost effectively reduce it. For example, Macy's, after implementing an in-store 3D furniture visualizer, reduced their return rate to 2%, as well as a 45% increase in purchase size. This especially starts to matter with larger items, from furniture to automobiles to enormous industrial models for factories. Before 3D and augmented reality, product visualization was left to our own imagination. And all of this, of course, helps to enrich the shopping experience, increase shopper confidence, and allow your customers to make smarter purchase decisions, all while providing an engaging and memorable experience of the brand itself. So AR is now no longer a nice to have feature, but it's a necessity. And your customers are beginning to expect it. Augmented reality is the biggest disruptor in e-commerce in the past 20 years. Why do you think Amazon, Best Buy, Wayfair, and IKEA are doing it? You need to keep up with new customer experiences, especially ones that give your customer a mix of that in-store experience with that convenience of being at home. And I also want to reiterate a sentiment from a Harvard Business case study with Larry Kudlow, the former National Economic Counsel for the U.S. With interest rates so low and capital being so cheap to acquire right now is the time to make investments that are going to provide you long-term value and significant ROIs. Sorry about that. 100% longer engagements you see up on the screen. Clearly, pages with ARs peak customer interest, interaction, and engagement with products, which gives you more time to educate the shopper about your product. 250% are more likely to buy, because in situations where we cannot try the products in real life in the space we wish, this is the best available alternative. And I think Tim Cook said it best. Most business models have focused on self-interest instead of the user experience. And I really think that couldn't be further from the truth. And Forbes had a great article stated that every dollar invested in UX brings $100 in return. That's a 10,000% return on investment. I mean, how many of you are getting those types of returns? So ask yourself, are you providing this level of engagement? And if not, why? So on this slide, I have an example we did for Jura Coffee. And if you take out your phone right now, you can scan that QR code you see on the screen. And once it loads, you can click the Load 3D icon in the middle of the screen. And you'll see a little cube on the top right-hand corner. If you click that, you can now see what a $6,000 coffee machine will look like right in your own space. As you can see, once you have it loaded, of course, you can walk around it, view it from any angle, get as close or as far as you like. Our solution not only provides the augmented reality experience on a mobile device, but we also provide a 3D experience on the desktop that traditional photographs just cannot compete with. We even put annotations on the unit to call out very specific features. You want to know the best part? Jura experienced a 54% revenue lift post-launch. There were 57% more transactions, which is a 44% boost in the conversion rate. And with the way that we integrate, it didn't even affect any load times on the page. Their PDP pages actually now loaded 10% faster. So here are some misconceptions about AR and 3D I'd like to clear up. The first one that everybody always says, oh, it's expensive to implement. And to me, expensive is a relative term. An investment in AR will lead to more sales, as we pointed out with stats from Jura. 54% revenue lift. Now that's a return on investment that has paid for itself many times over. Another misconception, it takes a long time to implement. So with today's technology and techniques, we can utilize your CAD models that you already have, schematics, or even specific angled photographs that we can optimize or model your products to the nearest likeness in a very relatively short time. Even in the case where you have no CAD models, often producing a model only from a few photographs provided by you is not as complicated as you might think. It might cost a little bit more, but the payoff is fast. And remember, you can also use these models in the metaverse. You need an extensive upgrade to your tech stack. And this is not true. All you need is your current website or any platform that your customers already have, a browser viewing your PDP page. There isn't a need for an app, so don't be fooled by companies talking to you about those solutions. There's a huge cost of app maintenance, not to mention forcing someone to download an app is the worst user experience in my opinion. AR will kill loading time. We have developed techniques and built experiences that will not only affect your load time, but it won't affect it negatively and hurt your SEO. So with the power of our technology and solutions, you can showcase your products in highly detailed and realistic 3D right on your product description page without needing to download an app or sacrificing the load speed of your website. Our dedicated modeling team ensures that your models reflect the true product to the smallest detail possible. And our solutions allow for endless customizations as well as simple and fast integrations into your site. It's not just about putting AR on your site for the sake of putting AR on your site. It's about creating unique, individualized experiences for your brand and products that's done right. With our extensive knowledge of e-commerce platforms, user experience and out-of-the-box creative thinking, we will provide you an experience that will truly disrupt the market and result in a true motive and why we're all here for that conversion. And we can take some questions. If you have, if you want to write us, you can scan that QR code. It will take us right to a page for you to submit a form.
We have some questions.
Sure.
Here we go. You ready, Chris?
All right.
Okay, so what size, this is from David, what size or product cost is required / best fit for an AR solution? What size sale? What's the, okay, so what's the product, what's the ideal product cost, I suppose, or best fit for an AR solution? Does that, does that make sense, Chris?
The first thing I will say is clothing, virtual try-ons is not 100% there yet. Making clothes fluid on your body and look right, still a little off. But shoes, glasses, jewelry, any of those things are totally doable. Our modeling starts at about $300 per model, right? So if you're selling, you know, you do like the Jura coffee model that we showed you for $300 and you know, a small monthly fee, they're able to deliver this. I think we delivered it in about 3 months, and we were able to do it for multiple products on their site.
Amazing. Betsy has a great question. It was upvoted as well. What platforms is this technology that's available on? Is it Shopify, Salesforce? Magento is another, actually, another.
Sure. You can put it on Shopify. You could put it on Salesforce, Lightning, Salesforce Commerce Cloud. You could put it on Magento. You could put it on BigCommerce. You could also put it on WordPress sites if you like, or custom-built headless e-commerce platforms.
Terrific. And finally here, Jolene is asking a question, home decor space. What would be an expected budget?
It depends how far you want to go. For example, IKEA is doing it. They do a virtual photography, and instead of, you know, paying the price of actually shooting every piece that they have, we can take one model of a couch, for example. We can texture it with every variation, colorway that they have, and generate realistic photographs for every angle. So it's consistent look across the whole entire site. You know, that's like a bigger scale. If you want to go that way, you can have something as small as just a wedding ring, and you can put that up, and where you could change the different metals, the different stones, and have it more of a smaller experience. So it really depends what your goals are.
Love that. And we have a giveaway. Zelda, you are the winner of the, I believe it's a Bluetooth speaker, is it not, Chris? Yeah, JBL Bluetooth speaker. Chris, as always, pleasure to have you join us. For those of you in the audience that tuned in for Chris's presentation, Redstage, we're very careful with which agencies, you know, we partner with, and certainly who we invite to DTCX, and Redstage certainly makes the cut. So Chris, thanks for joining us here. Jose, thanks for running the technology on the other side, and we'll see you guys again at the next DTCX.
Great, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us, Michael. Guys. And sorry to cut you off. If there's any questions that we didn't get to, if you guys just want to shoot over a quick email to info@redstage.com, and we'll try to get to them as quickly as possible.
Perfect. Thanks, Jose. Appreciate that.